Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Tuberculosis remains a major health concern in our country, with the Philippines among the nations with the highest number of TB cases. Now, in observance of World Tuberculosis Day on March 24, we'll focus on the current situation of TB here in the Philippines. Joining us via Zoom is Dr. Maricon Yap, a pulmonologist at the Amang Rodriguez Medical Hospital. Good morning, Doc Yap. Thank you so much for joining us on It's a Beautiful Day.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to our viewers.
All right, Doc, let's start off first with yung current status ng TB here in the Philippines because as mentioned a while ago, the Philippines has one of the higher rates of tuberculosis around the world. Just where are we right now with tuberculosis here in the Philippines?
Yes, sir, no, that's right. No. Actually, our country is among the top 10 with most number of tuberculosis worldwide. And currently, no, as of 2022, we have almost 600 cases per 100,000 population. That is in comparison with other countries with least number, they only have at least less than 10 cases per 100,000 population. And sadly, no, this disease can also lead to death. No, so according to the Department of Health, at least 70 Filipinos die daily because of this disease.
Doc, being part of the top 10 of that list, obviously not a good thing. But then, can we figure out the reasons why? Bakit ang taas ng TB cases dito sa Pilipinas?
TB disease kasi is closely linked with socioeconomic status, since this is a disease that is transmissible through inhalation. So areas na may limited financial capacity or may tendency to have overcrowding, no? So mas malaki yung chance or yung transmission ng disease. And also, we have a lot of patients din kasi na poorly educated about the disease. So they tend to miss doses or they tend not to complete the treatment. Hence, so walang nangyayaring pag-improve. So nagkakaroon lalo ng increase in transmission ng disease natin na ito.
Doc, sa palagay mo ba po, it's a gap of education in terms of where you can get TB, how you can get TB, or even a case of lack of early detection? That's one of the reasons why TB is relatively big dito sa Pilipinas?
Another major factor din po kasi talaga yan, no, yung education natin sa patients, and then yung health-seeking behavior din ng mga patients natin. No? So syempre, tied up yung dalawa na yan. So the more educated the person is, the more na mas may tendency yan na makarecognize ng nararamdaman niya, and mas may knowledge na magpa-consulta or magpa-assess kapag kailangan na. No? So ito yung mga issues, isa sa issues na pwedeng nagko-contribute na nagkakaroon tayo ng increase in cases. And also yun nga, once na-detect na rin kasi siya, no, although yung early detection affected nga yan kapag hindi nagpapakonsulta yung patient natin. And once na-detect na rin naman, isa pang problem is if they will be lost to follow-up na or magmi-miss na ng doses once nakaramdam na ng improvement. No? So hindi nila natatapos yung course ng treatment. Hence, still, mas infectious pa rin sila. So natatransfer pa rin or natatransmit pa rin nila yung disease sa mga usually kasama sa bahay or katrabaho.
Doc, is that the hardest part of treating tuberculosis? Is it the consistency of the treatment, finishing it from doing it from start to finish? Because based on yung mga reference nyo po, finishing the treatment even when people started feeling better has been an issue para sa TB.
Yes, it's an issue po since ang tuberculosis kasi is needed, yung recommended duration natin as of now is the 6 months treatment. And since most of our patients engage kasi nila ng paggaling is kapag nakaramdam na ng improvement, significant improvement. And sa TB kasi since napaka-highly effective naman ng ginagamit nating treatment for tuberculosis, just a few weeks kasi makakaramdam ka na talaga ng significant na difference. So na talaga ng significant na improvement. So ito yung isang nagiging reason kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng mga lost to follow-up na patients. Although may mga steps naman yung program ng national government to address yung mga ganitong issues, no, to lessen yung mga ganyang numbers of patient na nagkakaroon ng interruption to treatment.
You mentioned na malakas naman yung, the drugs being used to treat tuberculosis, but then there is now a certain strain, drug-resistant tuberculosis that we're hearing more and more of. Unang-una po, what is the drug-resistant tuberculosis and just how resistant is that to conventional treatment that we're actually using today?
Yan po 'no, yung conventional treatment natin, the first line kasi is actually the safest and effective, way to treat TB. However, yun nga the most common reason pa rin para mag-develop tayo ng resistance is kapag nagkakaroon ng interruption to treatment,
Mm.
meaning able to completely, clear yung, mikrobyo na cause ng tuberculosis. Hence, nagkakaroon na siya ng capacity to, resist yung mga yung first line of drug. And kapag yan ay nangyari, we need to shift do sa mga second line na actually mas longer yung duration. So, mas mahirap for the patient to complete yan lalo. And at the same time, mas mataas or mas marami siyang mga possible din na complication. That's why we want talaga na yung patient natin is to be treated adequately no sa first line, no, to lessen din yung increase ng numbers natin sa drug-resistant TB.
Doc, let's go back into the time of the pandemic wherein we felt that healthcare in general dito sa Pilipinas and all around the world has changed when it comes to the way that we treat patients, the quickness, and of course, yung identification of certain diseases or certain ailments. How has the pandemic affected the way that we quickly identify or even the way we treat tuberculosis?
First 'no, yung, nagkaroon talaga ng major setback 'no. Almost all naman ng mga preventable diseases nagkaroon ng setbacks nung, during the pandemic because nagkaroon ng mga closure 'no, ng mga, quarantine. So close yung mga healthcare facility natin na nagbibigay ng ganitong services. And then secondly is nagkaroon din siyempre ng issues, doon sa pag-seek ng, consultation ng patient because siyempre natatakot na magpakonsulta sa hospital because of the COVID-19.
Mhm.
Third is siyempre yung, nagkaroon lalo ng stigma sa mga patient na may mga respiratory symptoms 'no. So, before pandemic kasi may stigma na rin talaga sa tuberculosis. So, mas lalo nung nagkaroon ng pandemic yung mga inuubo 'no, yung mga, may respiratory problem or symptoms, mas naging less yung, ano nila na makapagpakonsulta because sa takot na baka magkaroon ng social isolation 'no, discrimination. So yan yung mga factors na naka-affect doon sa, ano natin sa pag-treat or pag-prevent ng, tuberculosis during the pandemic. Pero starting naman once nagkaroon na ng mga, ng improvement doon sa pandemic 'no, na-resolve na siya, eh, eventually nakabalik naman 'no, nag-start na makabalik doon sa pre-pandemic na status din nung delivery ng,
Mhm.
services for the tuberculosis.
Doc, I want to focus now on climate change because very environmental based on tuberculosis in the sense that the amount of people you're around, the air quality, and even the temperature in the air, it feels like we're entering a point wherein ramdam na ramdam talaga natin yung effects of climate change. Would you say that climate change has affected the way that tuberculosis has started to spread, considering umiiba na yung mga habits ng tao in terms of trying to seek cooler areas, in closer environments with more people, or even the way that we react to yung heat natin dito?
So ano, una yung in terms of temperature naman 'no, kapag higher humidity, puwede talagang mag-increase kasi yung survival nung, mikrobyo na nagko-cause ng tuberculosis. So mas increase yung chance nga ng transmission. 'Pag low humidity, puwede pa rin naman 'no, kasi mas dry yung air. So mas nasu-suspend yung mikrobyo 'no, sa hangin. So mas malaki pa rin yung may
Mhm.
tsansa pa rin na ma-transmit. And, actually kung, dahil nga din dito sa atin 'no, sa Pilipinas, primarily ang isang impact sa atin kasi sobrang init din 'no. So mas may tendency yung mga tao na sama-sama sa isang area, sa enclosed area, poorly ventilated, air conditioned na room. So yan, it can increase yung transmission ng tuberculosis. Pero primarily talaga the reason pa rin is the socio-economic impact ng
Mhm.
climate. For example, nung mga previous years, 'di ba nakaranas tayo ng mas maraming, typhoons and mas severe compared sa mga previous years. So, 'pag nagkakaroon kasi ng ganito, nagkakaroon tayo ng displacement ng mga tao. So, magkakaroon tayo ng relocation and the more na maraming affected na tao, the more na magkakaroon tayo ng overcrowding. So again, it will, increase yung chance ng transmission and at the same time, yung mga taong affected nitong, climate change na to, usually kasi sila na yung medyo financially depleted. So the more na nagkakaroon ng mga ganitong nagkakaroon ng ganitong climate change, nagkakaroon tayo ng mas maraming typhoon, so
Mhm.
mas karoon sila ng less na financial capacity una to buy yung mga or to afford yung mga nutritional requirement natin. So mas nutritious na pagkain, and also nagkakaroon din ng impact yan doon sa capacity nila na to seek consultation, kasi even though libre naman yung ano natin, yung consultation, the treatment and the monitoring process, yung mga repeat na mga sputum exam and even the x-ray, nakaabil naman to ng libre sa mga public healthcare facility. Pero although yung need pa rin kasi yan ng budget para makapag-consult sila, yung transport nila sa mga
Yeah.
healthcare facility. Affected po yan. Mostly talaga socio-economic impact ng climate change yung nakaka-contribute, kaya further nagkakaroon tayo ng increase in cases ng tuberculosis dito sa Pilipinas.
Doc Yap, I wish we had more time because have a lot more questions, but we have to wrap it up here. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, and hopefully we can address TB more and get the word out there to be more aware and to detect early and of course be consistent sa treatment. Aba, yung consistency ata yung biggest lesson natin today. Doc, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining us.